Today we're going to build a district level course in Strive. So I've logged into Eduphoria and I'm going to go to the Strive app. The first thing I want to do is over to the side, click on settings and go to workshop settings. This is where all of your course building will occur. I'm going to click on course management and courses. These are the district level courses. And the first thing I'm going to do is build my course. So how do I do that? I go to the bottom. Everything in the system happens at the top or at the bottom. Just remember as you're navigating through to look at the top and the bottom. I'm going to click add new course, and I'm not going to build an empty course. What I've done is created a template for the district to use. So I'm going to click copy existing course, and I'm going to click the next button. To search for the course, I'm just going to put in the word template, and I'm going to hit the little search icon. And this template with the green check, this is the template that we're going to use to build our courses. Now this is a virtual course template, and you can update it for face-to-face, but because most of our trainings right now are virtual, it's set up to make it easy for you to build a virtual course for registration. At the bottom, I'm going to click next. This is a chance for you to give your course the proper title. In the description of the template, what I've done is give you some information. Here, first of all, it says make a copy of this, don't overwrite it. And then it gives you some instructions. So your title should be in a what for who. So if I were to say that this is a, say this is health update colon for all high school nurses, okay? And I chose this specifically because I wanted to show you that here's what your course is all about, and here is who it's for. Now, once I've done this, I can edit this later. I'm just going to give it this title, and I'm going to move on to next. And it's going to let me do my start and end date and time. So I'm going to click this little calendar here to choose my start date. I'm going to put it in November. Let's do November 3rd. And down here is your time. So let's say I wanted to start at 10 a.m. I'm going to click set time, and that's going to save it. If you get out of here and you don't click set time, it's not going to save the date and the time you just chose. So click set time, and it automatically gives me a 3-hour window. Okay, but let's say this is a 2-hour course, not a 3-hour course. How do I change that? I'm going to click on the calendar, and it's still on November 3rd, the day of my course, but down here I'm going to change it to 10 to 12. That's a 2-hour course, and I'm going to click set time. I'm going to click next, and that saves. If at any point during this process you click the back button, it will erase what you've done because the system assumes that you want to start again. So just be mindful of that. The last thing I have to choose before I can actually build my course are frameworks and dimensions. Now this is aligned to the T-Test teacher observations, counselor observations, and principles. If you don't have any of these people in your group, I've automatically given you professional development. You don't have to choose anything. If you are training teachers, you need to align your training to their T-Test rubric. Not for anyone on the campus, you don't have to choose this. I'm going to click next to continue, and I'm going to click begin editing course to get my details. So now that I'm in my course, as you can see, the details I chose are here. My name, I probably need to update my description because it's still from the template, but it tells me my start date and time, my end date and time. It tells me that this is a virtual training, which is in the template. If you have a face-to-face training, you need to change it to the building that you're going to have your training in. It tells me how many credits. Automatically, the template is set to 1 credit, but this is 2 credits, so I'm going to need to update that. So how do I update these things? Well, I go to the setup tab, and these categories are where you're going to update your course. So I'm going to click on the plus side by course description, and I'm just going to go down. So title and description, I've changed my title, but I do need to update my description. And I've given you some help in the description, and it tells you basically what to do. It tells you first make a copy of this. Okay, so I've done that. And then it says the platform needs to come first. This is especially true in a virtual course. You need to let them know what platform. So is it Zoom? Is it Google Meet? Is it Google Slides? If it's not synchronous. If it's synchronous, is it Meet or Zoom or face-to-face? If it's face-to-face, you need to put the building and the room number. But most of us are having virtual courses right now. So you need to put the platform. Let's say this is Google Meet. And you're going to put the actual link to your Google Meet in later. You just want them to know to expect to go to Google Meet for this. And then the next thing I have is a list of things you must do. Update my title. Well, I've done that, so I'm going to erase it. It's in the what for who. The what for who. I did that. Next, I have identifier. Well, what's an identifier? If you have the same course with the same name, you don't want to make 10 courses with the exact same name because it gets confusing. So if you have courses with the same name, add something unique to the end. As you can see, I like to use section A, B, C, or 1, 2, 3 on mine. You can do that, or you can put the date. Let's say you have a course on the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th. You could put that this is the 3rd. Let's say you have a course in the AM and PM. You could put this is the AM course. If you have a course title that you're going to use multiple times, you need to add something to the end so that both you and the learners can identify which course they have signed up for. If you have a unique course title that you're only using once, you don't have to do this. So I've added my identifier. Now I have to update my description. So I will say this is a course for nurses that blah, 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 blah. That shows, finish out your description so people know what they're signing up for. So I've done my description and I'm going to hit save. This system does not save automatically. So remember to hit save periodically so that you don't lose your work. The next thing it says is add instructors. So I'm going to go down, instructors. None are chosen already. I'm going to choose my name. Okay. And you also have the ability to give instructors credit. So if it's not you, or if it is you, you can have credit for instructing a course. This is a 2-hour course. I'm going to give 2 hours of credit. And then I'm going to allow the instructor to take attendance because instructors can take attendance and it typically is best for them to do it because they know who showed up and who did not. Okay, so I'm going to hit save because I've chosen my instructor. I'm going to go back. What else do I need to do? Let's see. I've gotten my instructor. Add CPE credit. Okay, so this drop down at the bottom is your credits. I'm going to click that. The first option is the credit. We give CPE from SBEC. FlexDay credit is not something you'll be using. This is a 2-hour class, so it is 2 hours of credit. If it's a 3-hour class, it's 3. If it's an all-day class, it's 7.5 hours. You want to make sure the time of your CPE matches the time of the training. Hit save. Coming back to this, where I've given you everything you need to do, I've added that. Oh, now I need to add a category. How do I do that? Well, I'm going to go back down to credits and categories, and every department that goes through this training gets a category. So I've chosen teaching and learning because that's my department. You're probably going to choose your department. As soon as you go through training, you'll notice that you have a category for your department. And make sure that you choose a category and a goal. Now these goals were required in our previous system and it will let you create one without setting goals, but if you are doing any kind of training that directly impacts teachers and students, you need to select a goal. And now if you're training people that are only at the administrative level and they're not going to directly impact training, if it's budget training or something like that, you definitely can skip these. But if it's not, I just scroll through so you can see the options. You need to choose your student goal. So I'm going to come back up here and check. I've added my category and my goals. And so that's good to go. Hit save. The last thing that you're going to want to do is in your notes and attachments tab, this is where you're going to put your link. Then you want to also make sure that you toggle on notes visibility because if you don't do this, they cannot see the notes that you've left. And then I'm going to hit save. And after that, I've done all I can do. Okay, I'm going to click submit for approval. And now your course has been submitted. Once a course is approved, all of these things are locked. So if I approve this course, then you can't go through and change anything. If you notice something is wrong and it has not been approved, you can unsubmit your course and you can change it, and then you can submit it again. And then in our next video, we're going to cover how to print out sign-in sheets and how to enroll people and take attendance.